Hello my loves, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kelsey and I like books, so I make lots of videos on books. Today we are doing a book haul because I've been really busy over the past couple of weeks buying new books and I need to do like a big roundup and just show you everything I've bought. I don't usually go out and spend loads of money on physical books because a lot of the books that I read are on Kindle Unlimited, which I think is such a steal, by the way, like such a good deal. So I don't normally go out and buy books, but for some reason over the past month, ever since I got gifted some for Christmas, I've actually gone on a bit of a rampage, and as you can see I've got a great big pile of new books behind me, so I really want to show you everything that I bought. I am going to split it into categories of what's it called when you have like a theme, like type of book, like romance, etc. Do you know what I mean? I'm just going to split it out by genre. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm going to split it out by genre just to make it a little bit more organised because we have a lot to get through. So make sure you get yourself a warm cup of coffee or a cup of tea or something and get comfy. We're going to go through every single book that I have bought recently, starting with the festive Christmas books, because after Christmas I went into the works and they had loads of their like Christmas themed books for like £1, so I picked up a few, as you can see. So let's go through which ones. The first one I picked up was Merry Little Meet You. I just thought this one sounded absolutely adorable, and I have actually seen quite a few people talk about this one on a book talk. Obviously all of these are going on the TBR pile until December next year. These will not be read anytime soon, but I'm getting ahead of the curve because this year I didn't read that many, last year I didn't read that many festive books, and that's going to change this year because I've been prepared and I've got all of my books in January. So we've got Merry Little Meet You. I won't go through these too much because obviously it's not Christmas anymore and these won't get read for a while, but yeah, well, I'll just tell you which ones I bought. I also got the Christmas book club. Again, I just thought this one sounded really cute, something like festive, and it's not too long. The third one is Home Sweet Christmas, and I also bought the Christmas love letters. I feel like all of these are just going to be such easy, fun, festive reads, and I was thinking maybe next year I can do like a Christmas reading vlog or something like that. So stick around on my channel if you want to see me read these books in December, even though that's a very long way away, but that's what I was thinking anyway. So those are the festive ones. Moving on to the crime and thriller genre, I only have one physical book, which is Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. She wrote Gone Girl, and that is one of my favourite movies of all time. I'm pretty sure I would have read the book at some point in my life, but I can't really remember. So I thought immediately this would be really good. It's basically about a reporter who has to go home, like to her hometown, for an assignment to cover the murders of two preteen girls, and then she basically has to like get reacquainted with her mum and her sister that she doesn't really speak to, or half sister, sorry, and unravel the psychological puzzle of her past as she wants to get the story and survive this homecoming. I only really bought this because she was the author of Gone Girl, so I don't really know if I'm going to enjoy it, but I do think it will be quite good because that book is really good, so I just bought this one. And then the second book that I bought is actually on my Kindle, which is Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney. This is it on my Fable account, so you can just see which book it is. So this one is basically about a couple who go away on holiday to the Scottish Highlands. I think it's for their like 10th anniversary or something like that. The marriage isn't going very well, so they're kind of hoping that this holiday is gonna make things a lot better, but they've got their own kind of secrets and something happens. One of them is lying, and I don't know, I feel like there's just going to be lots of twists and turns. I just have a feeling this one's going to be really good, although it is only rated 3.89 stars on Fable, so we'll see, but I do think that's going to be a good one. Okay, now let's move on to our romance books. The first one that I'm going to show you is Like a Charm, which I'm guessing is a bit of a novella because it is really short. Actually, how many pages? Oh, it's 200 pages. Does that count as a novella? I don't really know. This is by Kerry Barrett. I basically only picked this up because, again, it was £1 in the works, okay? I get suckered in by a really cheap deal, and it's basically about this girl who is in a toxic relationship and a part-time witch. So I don't really know if this is maybe crossing over into fantasy, but I've put it in the romance pile because I'm not sure how fantasy this is going to go. But she basically discovers that her mother cast a love spell on her boyfriend Jamie, So she runs away from her hometown in the Scottish Highlands, cutting ties with her mum, Jamie and Magic. While nearly all magic, sometimes getting served at a bar or finding a space in a busy car park without magic is just too much of a drag. When Esme's aunt become ill, she reluctantly returns home to help out. What she doesn't expect is for her aunt's doctor to be Jamie, which is obviously her ex-boyfriend. So yeah, I don't know whether this is really fantasy or romance, but it's only really short. I thought this would be a really nice, easy read as a bit of a palate cleanser after I've read like something quite heavy, because sometimes I like to dip in and out of like romancy types books after like fantasy. So yeah, this is the first one that I have. The next 3 books are books that I actually bought yesterday. So these are very new additions to my physical TBR. But the first one is One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Taylor Jenkins Reid is one of my absolute favourite authors. I just love every single book she writes. I just think she has a real good way with words. I don't really know what this one is about, but I know that it's about like high school sweethearts, and I think they like, yeah, I don't know. There's a reunion or something and they like get back together, but I've seen a lot of people talk about this one on TikTok, and I don't like to know too much about my books. When I start reading them, I do like to go in blind, so I don't really know what it's going to be about, but I'm really excited about this one because I do love a Taylor book. The second book is Cleopatra and Frankenstein by Coco Melors. I feel like I have seen so much of this book, like not really online, but every time I go into a bookstore I always seem to see it, and the cover has always intrigued me. I've never actually like properly looked into it, but I read the blurb yesterday and I was so captivated, like straight away I just knew this was going to be a book that I really wanted to read. It's basically about a girl called Cleo, and she's like living in New York, and she meets this guy and then they impulsively get married, and yeah, I just think that it's going to be so good. There's just something about the cover that is so beautiful. Like, I'm sorry, do you not think that is gorgeous? Because I really do. And it was buy one get one half price, so I couldn't like walk away from it. I have a feeling this is going to be a 5-star read, so I really want to like savor this one. I don't know when I'm going to read it yet, but I want to savor it. The next book I bought is Redeemed by Lauren Asher, but annoyingly I didn't realise at the time that I bought it that it's actually part of the series, and it's actually book number 4. So before I can read this one, I am going to need to go and buy the rest of the series, because otherwise it just hurts my brain to think about starting a series on book 4. Like, I don't know, I just can't do it, so I need to get the other ones before I read this one. But it's a Formula 1 romance, which I haven't read before, so I don't know how I feel about it. But the cover was so beautiful, so I couldn't walk away, and also I did read the first page and I thought, yeah, this was like something I can get behind. So yeah, I'm gonna give this one a go. I'm quite excited. I've heard very good things about this one. And lastly is a book that we all know and that a lot of people love, and I have been so desperate to get my hands on it. It's actually Magnolia Parks. I think this is one of my most anticipated reads for 2025, because it's a book that I have put off reading for so long because I only wanted the original covers. They've obviously released their new covers, but I don't like them. I know that's really bad and you're not supposed to judge a book by its cover, but there's something about these that I just think is so gorgeous and beautiful. Like, I don't know why you would, where was the need to make new covers for Magnolia Parks? Honestly, I think this is stunning. So I ordered it off of Amazon because I've been desperate to read it and haven't been able to find this original cover anywhere in the shops. So I've ordered it off Amazon. This is another one of my reads that I'm really, really looking forward to reading in 2025. I'm so excited for this because I've heard such good things, and every book in this series has such a beautiful cover that I just need it for my bookshelf that I don't have, but I just need it. So I'm really, really, really excited about this one. And lastly, we're moving on to the fantasy genre. Now, I know this looks like a lot of books, but I do actually have 2 series here, and I think I have a couple of fantasy books on my Kindle that I've downloaded recently that I want to read as well. So I'm going to go through what we've got. I don't want this to fall. So we've got the Shatter Me series, which I bought as a set from The Works for £15, which is such a bargain considering you get all of these books. So this series I don't actually know a whole lot about, but I've seen a lot of people on Book Talk talking about it, loving it, saying it rips their hearts out. And if a book rips my heart out and makes me want to die, then I'm gonna love that book. So I thought I'm gonna have to just buy this series. So obviously I've got all 5 books: Shatter Me, Unravel Me, Ignite Me, Restore Me, and Defy Me. Now, I think with this series there are actually novellas as well, but I'm gonna see how I get on with Shatter Me before I look into the novellas. So I didn't buy the set with all of the novellas, And also I just feel like that's going to get so confusing, but I'll have a look at like Goodreads and see what the order is and like what people recommend on BookTok and stuff like that. But I wanted to see how I feel about book number 1 before I committed to an even bigger series of the same series. But yeah, I'm really excited to read this. I have kind of like seen it in the shops and never really picked it up, so I'm quite excited to see what this is going to be about. The second fantasy series that I've got is actually a duology, which is the Six of Crows duology. I'm so excited about this. My boyfriend actually bought me this book for Christmas, and then I saw this book in the works for £3.50, so I picked it up, obviously. Even though I haven't read book number 1. Oh my god, it's breaking! Look! It's peeling at the bottom. Oh my god, that's really sad. I'm gonna have to glue that down. Again, I don't really know what this is about, but I have to say, I really enjoy these pages. I mean, don't they just look so cool? I love it when books do this. So I'm really excited to read this. I think it's about a heist. I don't really know, but I know that it's gonna be good. I just have a feeling this is gonna be another like 4 or 5 star read. And then I'm super excited to get into Crooked Kingdom as well, because I don't know, there's just something about them that is like pulling me in. So I'm excited for those. And then on my Kindle, I need to get up my Kindle TBR. I also got for Christmas House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J Maas, which is what Alex bought me on my Kindle, because the books are so big that I was just really freaked out and I was like, I don't think I want to hold that, I'm scared. So I got him to buy me the Kindle version and I'm so excited. Honestly, I really miss Sarah. Like, I just miss her so much. Like, there's something about her writing that is just so fantastic, and I'm so excited to jump back into another one of her series. Actually, saying that, I did just download A Court of Thorns and Roses, the Kindle version, because I have let one of my colleagues borrow it at work and she's loving it so much, it's making me really excited. So I bought the Kindle version so I can jump back in and reread it, because it's just so amazing and I just love it so much. So I have that, and then this second book, that fantasy book that I've got on my Kindle, is called Phantasma. I feel like I've seen so much online about this series, seen a lot of people say that they love it, so I downloaded it. That's all of the books that I have. I don't know how many that is, but I do feel like it's quite a lot. I'm so excited to jump into all of the books. Let me know in the comments if you've read any of these books, which books you think I need to read first. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!